Hey guys, Ronnie B, BuyBulkWay.com, doing the boys experiment with Big Andy Schlegel. Hope all is going well tonight. Wanted to touch base, let you know that we did workout number 2, the second heavy duty workout in high intensity training, the Mike Mentzer way, from his book. And it was, going into the workout, I knew that it was going to be difficult because the main thing on legs is most of your sets involve 12 to 20 reps. And you have to remember, we're doing the super slow cadence, so that amounts to a lot of work. I started thinking about it in my head prior to the workout, and I remember on previous workouts when I would do something like the leg extension, you would shoot for 8 to 10 reps, but you could be done inside of 30 seconds, no problem. You could be done in 15 seconds. When I started doing the math with the cadence that Mike Mentzer wants you to keep on these leg extension reps, you've got 4 seconds up for the positive, then a 2-second hold at the peak contraction, and then 4 seconds down. So you're into each rep 10 seconds at least. And what I found also in doing these repetitions where you're focused on the cadence, as you start to get fatigued, you start to slow that cadence down a little. You might take 5 seconds up and 5 seconds down, or especially on the leg press or the leg extension. What I noticed today was I was holding it in the peak contracted position for 3 seconds sometimes. So if you're going to try and do just 12 reps, right there is 120 seconds or 2 minutes that you're doing this leg extension movement with no rest, no pause. You don't pause at the bottom, you keep it going. And I knew going into the workout that would be tough. So initially I tried to make sure I had light enough weights that I'd be able to carry through and hit the 12 to 20 rep range. And surprisingly, as I was doing my warm-ups, I found I seemed really strong. So I knew that the weights were going to be easy, but I still wanted to make sure I had a light enough weight that I would achieve the rep range. As I started to do the reps on the leg extension, by the time I got to the 8th rep, my legs were absolutely on fire, as you can imagine, because now we're into the exercise for a minute and a half of just constantly contracting and letting down that weight on just the frontal quadricep. So by the 8th rep, my whole body's shaking, my legs are on fire, and I kept going. I pushed through. I got, it was a total of, I failed on the 11th rep on the leg extension, everything that I could push, and I almost couldn't even walk to the next exercise, which was the leg press. I used leg press in a particular plate loading lifestyle leg press. And on the leg press, as soon as I started moving it, I increased the weight because I knew that it was still too light, and I upped the weight to 250 pounds. And as I started doing the reps, I thought about it again. I said, man, this is pretty light. I can definitely add more. But I remembered, well, if the weight is too light, I'll just keep going until I hit failure. I won't really worry about the rep range. But when I'd increased the weight, I got to 250 pounds, and it was all I could do to get 13 reps. Some things to note about working out in the gym. Today we chose a different gym closer to Big Andy's house, kind of in between. And that was kind of the goal with this whole project. We wanted to do a workout at each club in the Treasure Valley, just to kind of go around and try different equipment and stuff. And so a couple things. It was difficult going to new machines that you're unfamiliar with, because sometimes the stack weight might say a particular number, but it feels easier or it feels harder. And another thing I noticed, we were in there at a pretty good time to work out where there weren't a lot of customers, but yet it seems like I would start my warm-up, and as soon as I would get off the machine that I was warming up on, somebody would jump on it, and then I would come back and then I'd have to wait. And when I went to use the leg press for warm-up, there was a person already on it. A guy had sat down on it. I said, well, hey, I'm getting ready to do my set. I only have one set to do, one set. And I said, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I got 5 sets. And I said, okay, let me do one set in between yours. And so it was kind of a big deal. And then he disappeared. He got finished. And so then I finally started. I went and did the leg extension there, ran over to the leg press. As soon as I got there was some other guy on the leg press. And I said, hey, I'm right in the middle of a superset. And it was pretty obvious. I had my bags and everything there. Just was kind of frustrating because you're trying to, keep that momentum going. You're trying to really blast the quads. I get over to the guy's on. I say, hey, you're done. And he had just finished his set. I said, well, let me hop in there and do it. And he says, okay. Like I don't know if he spoke English or not. He seemed like he's Lithuanian or something. And anyway, so he stayed just sitting there. and then did another set real quick, and then got off and split, and so then I did my set. Also, the calf raises, very easy. Last standing calf raise I did, I used 2 plates on each side. It was kind of difficult for 20 reps. This one, I put on 4 plates each side, and as we were doing reps, I was adding weight, and I still ended up with 25 reps. But all in all, the workout was brutal. After I got done, I felt fine. After, well, give it about 10-15 minutes where I could start walking again, then I started to feel fine. And what I noticed was a couple hours after the workout was when it really hit me, when I really started to get fatigued, feeling exhausted. And by the end of the day, right now, my legs hurt almost as if they're getting sore already. To walk up the stairs kind of hurts, to bend down kind of hurts. Not a bad hurt, it just feels like they've really been worked out. Couple things to note. When I ran into Big Andy in the gym today, he was noticeably thinner. He had dropped body fat. I mean, at least 10 pounds since the last time I saw him. Now, I know his scale weight is about the same, probably because he's increasing his muscle mass while the body fat's coming off, but it was really good to see him. He looked younger. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see that on the camera. I know it's kind of difficult, but it's just quite impressive that I've been in the fitness industry for, 15 years. Since the mid-90s, my first job was working at a Gold's Gym. That was my introduction in the fitness industry. And I've tried a million different diets and ways to eat, and it's kind of funny that the way Mike Mentzer lays out in his book, it's not really a diet, it's just a normal eating plan, but it's a specific ratio. Doing these ratios, and Big Andy's wife even started doing these ratios in her daily diet, and she's already knows the difference. It's just funny, if you give your body the right fuel, it seems like your body can do amazing things. You just have to give it the right fuel, the right stimulus, give it the right rest. Another funny thing to note is we've been seeing when we go in the gym and we talk to, one guy working out here or a personal trainer there, they're really kind of blown away at what we're doing. We tell them, well, we're doing this workout. Oh, okay, how many times a week are you doing? Well, it's only about 1 time a week. You work out once and take 5 days off, and they're just completely, the jaw drops down to the floor. They just can't believe what we're saying. And another big thing was the carbs. We were talking about our diet and our ratios. We were saying how, 60% of the calories come from carbs, and all these guys were blown away. Again, you can't diet, and lose body fat. That's what they say. You can't shred your body fat doing something like that. So it's kind of funny that what we're doing seems to be working extremely well. My body weight's way up. I'm up over 10 pounds. Body fat's actually come down 2%. And that's not the goal. I'm just trying to add mass. Big Andy's the one that's shredding. But it's funny that we're seeing phenomenal results, but the current zeitgeist in the gym industry is completely opposite, or I wouldn't say opposite, but definitely different from the protocols that we're employing that are based out of Mike Mentzer's book. It's funny, it's interesting. But anyway, so guys, the workout again today, very tough. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I expect to be sore tomorrow, if not really sore tomorrow. Probably the day after. It seems like it takes about 2 days to get to maximum soreness. But again, watching the muscle mass come on, strength is going up. It's odd from just doing only workout that we've really done is that first heavy duty workout with deadlift and kind of a little bit of full body in there almost. But already seeing strength gains, stellar strength gains, meteoric strength gains just off of the first workout. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens from this one. I'll touch base tomorrow, give you a follow-up, let you know about soreness and body weight and anything else that changes. Thanks for checking in, guys.